So hey guys, and welcome to a new Medieval 2 commentary video I'll be bringing to you. And again, I'm gonna bring you another 2 versus 2 battle. Since the last one was pretty fun, I decided to do another one, and it's the same map. As you can see, it's, I think, the Scottish Glens map. But this time I had the wonderful pleasure of starting in the really sucky position, as opposed to the previous battle I fought with Portugal when I started where the Denmark guy starts now. A much better position than this one. Since I start as normally my army was positioned down here, I knew I had really little space to maneuver it, and I squeezed everything that I could in the corner where you saw me, and I just moved a bit more into position. So I'm controlling the Holy Roman Empire this time, and it's a all-Pierce battle, but we decided to impose a no gunpowder units rule. So that's why I'm employing 4 units of these Pavise Crossbowmen. Behind them I have 4 units of Landsknecht Pikemen and Dismounted Imperial Knights, sorry. And behind them I have no, wait a second. I have the Landsknecht Pikemen and the Dismounted Feudal in the middle, and I guess, yeah, it's all the way. It's Feudal and Dismounted Feudal Knights and Imperial Knights, and behind them it's the Landsknecht Pikemen and the Dismounted Feudal Knights, and behind them is the Dismounted Imperial Knights. Then I have for my component 4 Teutonic Knights and 1 unit of Imperial Knights, and of course my General Bodyguards. My ally in command of the English. He's got his English Knights over here. See 2 or more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hiding in the woods over there. Some over here. Heavy build militias. He took with him some Retinue Longbowmen. Some heavy build militias again. Is another unit of his English Knights. So a pretty cav-based army, and as you can see, my direct opponent is commanding the Scottish, and since my Pavise Crossbowmen have really long range, I have made that guy move. You see I crippled some of his units already, and as you can see, he will move and engage my line while my guys are going to retreat behind the line of pikemen and dismounted feudal knights. So he went heavy with his infantry, which is very logical for going with Scotland. I played with Scotland the last battle. I know that their infantry is sorry relatively good, pretty good, but well, they suck at everything else. Let's just put it that way. He brought along 4 Hospitaller Knight units, and he's trying to flank my flankers over here, my Teutonic Knights, but I kind of saw it coming, so that's why I didn't use. I just used 1 unit to charge at his rear while he was engaging me, and I left the other ones out here to wait out until he tries to outflank me, and then I try and do the same thing for him. Here I'm drawing some of his units away with my Imperial Knights, and while the fight is still raging on in front of the remainders of my line. And the thing here is, I think the player controlling Scotland did the small mistake of advancing completely alone. So he left his ally, the Denmark guy, totally alone, and while he was advancing like this, of course, he exposed himself to being flanked from the other wing by my ally. So naturally, my ally took the opportunity, and well, you see what's happening here. The Denmark guy the guy controlling Denmark is going to try to save the situation with his chivalric knights, but it's getting relatively desperate for Scotland in this battle. As you can see, the only compartment left for the Scottish is its calf, and they're beginning to rout too. The reason, because I brought, by the way, 4 Teutonic Knights in this battle, is because it was a 10k battle, and because it was a 10k battle, I had to save money. They're a bit cheaper than the Gothic Knights, and there was the Scotch General, and because the Teutonic Knights are the only Order Knights, so from the Templars, Hospitallers, Knights of Santiago, those guys, you know, the only guys who have a secondary attack that is armor piercing, so that gives them a nice edge over everything else. So all of the calf of the unique calf of the Holy Roman Emperor have wield maces as secondary weapons. So that definitely gives them the edge when fighting against everyone else. As you can see, the Scottish player is done for, so now it's a 2 versus 1 battle. So me and my ally, the English, are facing this guy, commanding Denmark. So seeing that his ally routed, I think the Denmark guy assumed a defensive position. As you can see, artillery was allowed in this battle. He assumed a defensive position with his chivalric knights in the back, with these guys, dismounted chivalric knights, facing this hill. I don't know why he didn't try to take this one, since he saw he was alone, but maybe he thought he didn't have time, and I don't know. He has the dismounted feudal knights in the back, and some Norse archers in front, some Norse axemen taking the role as flankers, and these guys are just, I guess, a throwaway unit. Basically, this guy has a lot of good, solid infantry. So of course I'm going to move in and try and get rid of this guy together with my ally, controlling the English, as you can see. So I'm moving up my army, slowly but surely. And well, basically the point you can take from this battle is do not move alone when you're playing 2 versus 2s. You saw how the Scotland guy exposed himself to being attacked on both wings. If they coordinated and moved together with his ally, that would not have been possible. I mean, at least some parts of the army, of the Danish army, could have supported the advance of the Scottish, so that he's not completely exposed to being flanked by my ally from one wing and being engaged by me from the other wing. I don't know why my ally just moved these wasted units of heavy bell militia up there to get routed easily by our opponent. But anyway, you can see some action up on this wing, where the English knights are moving to take the ridge and are taking the fight to these mounted crossbowmen. And I know these guys can be a pain in the butt, because I think they're fast moving. They don't do too much damage, but the damage they do is armor piercing, so it really, I mean, they are seriously annoying. I know that. I've taken command of them in a couple of battles, and I've tried to fight them in a couple of other battles. You see the Denmark guy trying to aim his trebuchets up there at the English knights, seeing that they will charge from the ridge, and I'm moving my whole army from this side step by step, and my advance is being also followed by 2 units of English knights, supported by 2 units of English knights. What's left of my cav force, you see my Teutonic Knights, General Bodyguard is doing pretty well. This last unit of Imperial Knights is doing okay also, so nothing to be worried about. I'll just put it that way. But I can tell you this: the guy controlling Denmark, he did put up a good fight. He didn't just give up. He decided to stay in the battle. I mean, that was pretty okay for his side, and decided to follow up on this one till the end, even though it was hard, knowing that after Scotland the admitted defeat, he was facing opponents from 2 sides. As you can see, I'm advancing my pikes first this time, followed closely by by my dismounted Feudal Knights in the back. The Imperial Knights didn't see much action until now. You see, he will try to face my Landsknecht with his dismounted Feudal Knights, and I know the dismounted Feudal Knights normally would own my Landsknecht. So that's why, of course, I'm moving my support forces. I'm moving my dismounted Imperial Knights to flank these guys, and I'm also moving from the back my dismounted Feudal Knights to face his. On this one, we're facing some against some dismounted Feudal Knights, and my ally is gonna help out here. I think he's gonna charge these guys from the back. That should make them rout anytime now. Rouse? Yeah. Anytime you're ready. There you go. And they're fighting till the death. That usually sucks when it happens, but yeah, it happens from time to time. So they don't just rout. They stick around fighting, and they can do some damage while they do that. Here I'm trapping his Chivalric Knights. With my calf force, he's got his Chivalric Knights and his Spear Militias trying to save out the situation. But it's going to be hard to win a 2 versus 1 battle. I mean, it's hard enough to coordinate in 2 versus 2 normal battle. It's almost impossible, an impossible mission to fight a 2 versus 1. My Pavise Crossbowmen continuing doing their damage. And there goes also the Danish general, a victim of the German maces. I think it was one of the Teutonic Knights, or maybe the Imperial Knights. However, he's gone, and that pretty much will damage the morale of the remainder of the Danish army. But as I said, the guy controlling Denmark put up a real good fight. I mean, if they were a bit more coordinated with his ally, I think this could have been a really tough battle. But well, sadly, the guy controlling Scotland decided he should rush. Not that it's a generally bad tactic, but it wasn't really. It was pretty poorly executed. Let's put it just that way. So that's why he was left totally alone fighting against both me and some help from my ally. So no real chance there. At this point, we've killed Germany and England have killed 48%, or have got 48% casualties, while our enemies have 86.7% casualties. As you can see, this one is in the back. And this unit of mounted crossbowmen now is going to try to charge in at the English Knights, trying to save a desperate situation, but let's not kid ourselves. Mounted crossbowmen are not going to win this battle, not going to turn the tide in the battle. And I think it's at this point that the guy controlling Denmark will admit defeat. Great battle to him, good battle to both of our opponents, and this one goes as a heroic victory. Again, I have no idea why this one goes as a heroic victory. Me and my ally employed 1,100 men, or around 1,100 men, about the same number, slightly more men than our opponents, and seeing it, the number of casualties inflicted by my men, maybe just a little bit. My general excelled just a little bit. The rest of the kills, and this unit of Teutonic Knights also a nice amount of kills. The rest of them are relatively equally spread out. So guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this 2 versus 2, and stick around for more. Bye bye. Take care.